We got a deal this week in the nuclear space. BWXT Technologies, listed in New York, is buying a private Toronto-based company called Kinectrics. It is a substantial transaction. They're paying more than $500 million US. We're joined by John MacQuarrie, president of BWXT Technologies Commercial Operations. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me on your show, Ed.
So you're popular with investors. BWX stock is up about 50% in the past year. What do you do? Where do you fit into the nuclear industry?
So BWXT is a nuclear technology company that delivers products and services to our customers in really three end markets, which is national security, which is clean energy, nuclear power, and nuclear medicine, and a few other markets.
Right. Now, you're buying this outfit, Kinectrics. It used to be called Ontario Power Technologies. It was formed through the demerger of Ontario Power Generation and Hydro One. What do you get with this acquisition of Kinectrics?
So Kinectrics is a highly unique company that is really a nuclear services company that also services similar markets that we do really in Canada. And a few other countries around the world. They offer services to nuclear power plant operators, but also transmission and distribution companies, as well as nuclear medicine. So really very complementary to what we do as BWXT, and really broadens what we offer to our customers and allows us to provide really end-to-end solutions, comprehensive solutions that we're finding our customers really need to operate their businesses efficiently.
The Kinectrics is of interest to us in Canada, of course, because it's a big player in the so-called CANDO ecosystem. Are you guys, do you deal with operators using CANDO equipment already?
Absolutely, Andrew. I was going to mention in your lead-in that you noted that BWXT is ultimately a US-based company, but BWX Technologies has operated in Canada for more than 180 years. We have about 1,500 employees in this country. Wow. And the vast majority of our business in the commercial operations division that I lead is a Canadian-based business that provides services and products to the CANDO nuclear power fleet. And we also have a nuclear medicine business that's based in Ottawa, that is supplying the global nuclear medicine market. So, substantial Canadian company that's operated for a very long time here.
Can you remind us, where are CANDO reactors operated worldwide? I know Romania is one country, Canada, of course. What other nations?
They're also in Argentina, so South America. China has a couple, and then in addition to what you just mentioned, there are some similar technologies that operate in India and in Pakistan. And so there's essentially, for the CANDO reactors that were exported from Canada, there's about 9 plants around the world that are operating. There's some in South Korea as well.
I feel, though, that CANDO has been overshadowed in recent years by rival nuclear technologies. Are there plans for it to mount a comeback? I mean, it's a prestigious Canadian development.
There are plans for it to continue to evolve its technology. There are efforts going on to refresh the design. The licensee of the technology is Atkins-Realis, and they have announced their work on a new 1,000-megawatt reactor, which they have branded as the Monarch reactor. And so that is something that would refresh it. But I would add that there's actually a lot going on in the Canadian nuclear market. We've seen, because of the demand for stable, reliable nuclear power, a lot of work to extend the life of plants in Canada, including at the Darlington site and the Pickering site now, and at Bruce Power's site. And so really tremendous work going on, lots of innovation in the sector, and a really significant driver for our business.
Is it hype, or do you think we are in for a big nuclear build-out in the decades to come?
I don't think it's hype at all. I think there's really significant drivers that are really increasing demand for nuclear power. It's part of it is electrification and the need to decarbonize, which nuclear power provides a very stable, reliable way to do that. It's an economical form of power. It is something that we've got proven ways to operate effectively over the long term. Here in Ontario, about half our power is coming from nuclear power. That will increase as we return some of the plants to service after life extension. And so I think it's got a proven track record of a way to meet some of the biggest challenges that we face in the world, which is, of course, climate change.
One of the problems with developing nuclear power in the West, outside China, for example, has been endless regulatory delays. I see the Nuclear Regulatory Commission in the US says we're going to speed things up. Are you optimistic?
I am optimistic. I think that, one of the great strengths of the nuclear industry is we have independent regulators that, of course, monitor the industry, and I think that's a great strength in our industry. But from my perspective, based on what I told you earlier, we're executing on many large and complex projects in that regulatory environment, and I think doing well. We are building new reactors in Canada. There are a variety being built around the world, and so I think despite the close eye of the regulator, which is appropriate, I think we're doing quite well in the industry.
As a nuclear expert, can I just ask you, is any progress being made on thorium reactors that do offer some advantages? I know research is going on, but are we likely to see thorium reactors enter commercial production at any stage in the future?
There's some work going on in that area on thorium fuels, but I would say at this point, not in the near term. We're not seeing any evidence that there's going to be a conversion. Uranium is abundantly available. Canada is one of the world's largest producers of miners of uranium, and we're seeing that industry is seeing good demand because of the general demand for more nuclear power, and so we don't see that there's a need to be switching to another fuel source when you've got such a good, reliable supply of uranium.